Hey guys! So I've got my ears on, a half-finished face of makeup, which can only mean one thing that you are probably well aware of, having, seen the title of this video. We are going to be unboxing my July Boxycharm box and putting all the products that are inside of here on my face. Boxycharm is a $21 a month beauty subscription service. You get 5 full-sized items that are guaranteed to be worth a total of at least $100. It is honestly my favorite subscription of all of the ones I think I've ever tried. I've gotten to try some really amazing products through Boxycharm. I think it's a lot of fun. It's like a little special treat to myself every month, and I do pay for my own subscription. They have no idea who I am. If you are newer here to my channel and you haven't seen my previous Boxycharm and BoxyLuxe unboxings, I will link the playlist where I have a whole bunch more of them up here in the cards for you if you feel like binge watching and checking them out. And yeah, with that being said, I'm feeling pretty ready to finish my makeup, so let's dive into what's in the box. Now, full disclosure, I was in New Hampshire for a wedding last week, and my Boxycharm box showed up literally about 3 minutes before we were about to leave the house on Wednesday. So I opened it and looked at everything that I had, and then promptly put the box on my counter and left for 5 days, which was very difficult because I really wanted to play with all this immediately. But yeah, I could not have been away in New Hampshire and not known what was in my box. It would have been like eating me alive, so I did peek. I do know what I'm getting, which at least also helped me know what makeup to do and what not to finish for this video. So this month's theme looks like it is au naturel. My little card here is a little bent. But it looks like we're going to be getting some more natural-oriented products, which I am all for. Now, the first thing in here, I wanted to try this on for you guys, and then like an idiot this morning, I did like an exfoliating face mask, and then immediately remembered I wanted to use this mask, but I was afraid if I used them both on the same day, it would not be a good situation for my skin. It's really not good to like over exfoliate, so maybe I'll put like a little of this on the back of my hand or something so we can feel the texture, see how it smells, see kind of what the deal is. But this is the Elemis Superfood Vital Veggie Mask. Elemis is a super popular brand from the UK. They make all kinds of luxury skincare, some very, very expensive products. I have received, I think, a couple things in BoxyLuxe boxes from Elemis before. And the one downside to the Elemis products that I have tried so far is that they seem very heavily fragranced, and I don't know how much my skin loves that, but the texture of things, like the packaging and everything, does seem pretty nice. So I am at the very least curious about this. I do really enjoy masks, as we can tell by the fact that I used one this morning. So on the back of the package here, it says, feed the skin with this versatile super green mask formulated with avocado and broccoli seed oils, rich in omega fatty acids to help support the skin's moisture barrier. Vitamin C and passion fruit acids help to brighten for a fresh looking complexion. Cool, so this kind of seems like a multitasking kind of mask that's going to maybe have a little bit of chemical exfoliation along with some hydration. It says you should use it twice a week. Basically, you put it on and then remove after 10 minutes with a dark cloth or a cloth that you don't care about getting stained, because apparently this mask can stain. I wonder if it is green, actually. I would think with the packaging and in like, Superfood Vital Veggie, it's got broccoli and such in there. But so far, it doesn't look super green. All right, so this is what we're looking at. It seemed kind of like a white, almost like a thick moisturizer, like a cross between a moisturizer and a clay mask. It doesn't seem quite as dry as like a clay mask would. And the texture feels a lot like a really thick night cream. The smell is super familiar to me, and I'm having a hard time putting my finger on what it is. It might be a little bit like the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse, like the way that kind of has a very herbally sort of spa-like scent. I don't hate it, but if you're someone that likes things that smell very sweet or very floral, this is not that. So yeah, so far this seems nice. It's not causing me any like tingling, burning, stinging, anything like that. feels kind of like your standard run-of-the-mill cream mask, more so than a clay mask. And of course, I didn't actually really like rinse this off yet, but I can tell that my skin does feel a bit softer on the back of my hand. So I have a feeling this is going to be a really nice mask to have, especially for maybe like right before bedtime when your skin kind of needs that little extra pick-me-up. You've been wearing makeup all day. It's been exposed to environmental stressors and pollution and all that kind of stuff, and you just kind of want to give your skin a little rejuvenation. This seems like the kind of thing that would be good for that. And of course, this guy retails for $35, which actually for Elemis is not crazy as far as like my perception of what their price point is usually like. Like I'm pretty sure their marine cream, their like day cream is like $90. And I mean, moisturizers can be expensive, but I don't know, a lot of times I feel like any treatment products can be kind of up there too. So while I definitely feel like this is a great value for the box, being only $21, getting this for $35, you're getting it at a pretty nice discount. I feel like that seems pretty reasonable for an Elemis product. Then next in here, we have a little cardboard sleeve. This says Luxy on it, so I'm pretty sure it's a set of brushes. And it says Gaea, which I'm pretty sure means Earth, like Mother Earth. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. So let's pop this open. All right, and these are the 3 brushes inside. We have a 510 foundation brush, which is kind of one of those flat paddle style applicator foundation brushes. Then we have a large eye blending brush, seems nice and soft. And then a precision crease, which to me, I wouldn't necessarily use this as a crease brush. I would probably use this to apply like loose glitters and pigments or creams. Like if I wanted to precisely apply things to the eyes, I feel like this would be good for that. It's not very much a blending brush. It's very stiff and flat, but it would be good for packing things on. So these are really nice. I really enjoy Luxie brushes in general. I find them to wash really well. They blend your makeup out really nicely. They're very soft. I have a whole bunch of them that I've received from previous Boxycharm boxes, and I use them all the time. And these are really cool because they have like a wood look finish to the handle. They have that kind of natural wood grain in them. This is what a regular Luxie brush handle looks like. I'm pretty sure these are also wood, but they're like a lacquered wood. So it's really cool that they kind of kept the same pink wood handle but gave it a more natural appearance. So we will definitely come back to these. I will use the eye brushes specifically to apply my eye makeup today. Probably not gonna need the foundation brush since I already have my foundation on. Just as a little side note though, if you don't particularly like using these flat style foundation brushes for your foundation, you can use them to apply your face masks. So if you got this in your Boxycharm box and you didn't know what you were gonna do with it, that's a little pro tip from me to you. Oh, and because I forgot to mention it, this brush set retails for $30, which is a lot for 3 brushes. But if you were to buy Luxie brushes individually from their website, I'm pretty sure they do retail around the $10-ish mark. Like I would say probably $8 to $16. Some of the face brushes I think are up there close to $20. So I guess that's pretty on par for Luxie, but I do think it's kind of a lot for only 3 makeup brushes. Then next inside of the box, we have this really beautiful eyeshadow palette from Butter London. This is called what? The Natural Goddess eyeshadow palette. This guy retails for $32, and you get 6 shades inside of here, all of which are definitely kind of more on the earth toned side of things. Like these are not necessarily all neutral shades because you do have this really pretty blue as well as the green, and even like, you know, the pink is neutral-ish but a little bit colorful. But these are all colors I feel like we find easily in nature, so like, you know, I think this definitely makes sense with the theme of the box. I'm pretty sure this is a Boxycharm exclusive product, so I think they made this for this month's theme, but I could be wrong. So there are only 2 matte shades in here, this blue and this dark brown. These 4 shades here have a sheen to them. They seem more kind of like a satiny type of shadow though than like a true metallic. But let's give them a swatch, see how things feel. They're pretty soft to the touch. So I have Enchantress, Queen, and Star. They swatch pretty nicely. Then we have Diva, Temptress, and Femme Fatale. The matte shades feel a little stiff. They definitely have pigment, but I feel like they may be a little tricky to blend out. But all the shimmery shades seem pretty smooth. I think they'll layer up nice, and they'll add like a soft, natural looking sheen. They're not going to be like super glittery or anything like that, but I think that does also like make sense with the theme of the box. So I'm going to try to play with as many of the shades in here as possible, see what I can come up with. We'll try to use these two brushes from my Gaea set. And I know I just did a green look in my makeup playtime, so I think while I may try to use this shade Star, I'm probably going to make the focus a little bit more on the pinks and neutral tones in here, just to switch things up a little bit. All right, so I just zoomed you guys in so you can actually, you know, see what I'm doing. So I think I'm gonna start out by taking the shade, Diva or Queen? Diva or Queen? I think I'm going to try the shade Queen. I'm going to pick this up on a little blending brush from Carity. Ooh, getting quite a bit of kick up in the pan. And I'm going to blend this guy into my crease. Now I know this is shimmery, and I know a lot of people are like afraid of putting shimmery colors into their crease, but there really isn't like a transition color in here. So we're just going to kind of roll with this. And that is going on so much more pigmented than I was expecting. Dang, yeah, that's like full on lots of pigment. For picking that up with a fluffy brush, that is going on so much more intensely than I was expecting. Alrighty then, well, I'm gonna now take a little Luxie tapered blending brush into the lightest shade up here called Enchantress. And I'm going to use this as kind of like a brow bone highlight and to blend out that edge. Then I'm going to take, this is just a little flat eye shader brush from Moda, and I'm going to go into the shade Diva, which is more of like a champagne, really pretty color. Again, quite a bit of kick up. These are very powdery eyeshadows. And I'm just going to swipe this on the lid. These do go on really nicely with the brush, though, I do have to say. Like, for a pretty much predominantly shimmery palette, I think they look really nice on the eyes. All right, so now just to add a little bit of definition, I'm going to pick up the shade Temptress on, this is actually a small profusion brush that came in a palette, but I really liked it, so I just keep it in my regular brush stash. And I'm just going to use this to darken up the outer corner of my eyes. I'm trying to be careful because I feel like this is a really dark shade and I don't want things to get super muddy. So I'm just going to kind of lightly layer it on and blend it in. All right, so now what I'm going to do is go back in with that first shade on that first brush, Queen. Just kind of re-blend. Same thing on the lid. And then just add a teeny bit more Temptress. Ah, I forgot to use my big fluffy brush. Dang it. I don't really know a good place to use this now. I should have maybe used this for blending in the crease earlier. At the very least, let's use this little tiny detail brush. So first I'm going to go into that shade Enchantress, which is the very light champagne. Gonna pop this guy in the inner corner. So we'll start there. Then I'm just gonna wipe off some of the excess product from my brush. And I'm picking up the green shade here called Star, tapping off the excess. And I'm going to try to apply this to the lower lash line. Starting in the inner corner, because I have a plan. Okay, so I took the green just kind of past the color part of my eyes. Now I'm wiping off the brush again, and now I'm gonna go into Femme Fatale, which is the blue shade, and I'm gonna put that on the very outer part of the lower lash line. Alright, so here's the eyeshadow completed. I feel like it actually turned out not so bad considering the fact that I only had 2 mattes to work with. And before we move on to mascara, I do have yet another eye product in my box. So this is from the brand Appeal. It is their gel eyeliner in the shade Deep Taupe. I think I've received one product from Appeal before in a Boxycharm box. I think it was a lip gloss. And if I remember correctly, it was like fine, but nothing to write home about. So I kind of feel like it if this is good, it will be a surprise. The shade seems like it'll be right up my alley though. I always have enjoyed brown tones over black ones, so let's give it a swatch. It feels pretty smooth actually, just not like super pigmented. Like it seems a little bit translucent almost, like you can kind of see through the formula, so I don't know how I feel about that. But at the very least, it probably won't make me feel like I'm stabbing my eyeballs out, so that's good. Huh, interesting. And it says here, so this is a $21 value, kind of expensive, but it says you can line your eyes or your lips with this. So it just says gel liner. It doesn't specifically say eyeliner. So apparently it's a multitasker, although a shade this brown I probably wouldn't use on my lips. All right, so let me put this on my eyes. Let's see how it performs. Don't want to go too overboard with the liner today, especially since we're channeling a natural look. But it is gliding on nice and creamy, so I appreciate that. And the color is nice. Would be really good for every day. Just gonna take a little smudgy brush just to kind of blend that in. So yeah, I don't hate this. I feel like it's a pretty decent eyeliner. It doesn't tug, it goes on pretty creamy. It's definitely a more natural look, but that's kind of what I prefer. I really only use black eyeliner when I'm doing like a super glam look with lashes. And I feel like, I mean, as you can see, it doesn't really set down though. So I feel like it's gonna be prone to smudging. I mean, like if you wanna smudge it out, that's not a bad thing, but like I can basically just make this disappear by rubbing it. So I have a feeling it's not gonna be the most long wearing. All right, so let me put my mascara on quick and then I'm gonna zoom you guys back out and we'll look at the very last product in my box. All right, so the fifth and final product in my box was, okay, not gonna lie, a slight disappointment to me because I knew that a lot of other people were getting Alamar Cosmetics lip glosses in their box. And if I could have chosen, that is what I would have picked for myself. But what I got is not bad. I do think the color is really pretty. So I got an Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Santorini, which now that I'm looking at it, does seem like it has a little bit of a metallic finish to it, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not usually real big into metallic lips. Yeah, and it seems kind of on the sheer side. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but when it hits the light and it's not like reflecting, you can see kind of like straight through it to my skin. So yeah, I don't know that this is a shade that I'm necessarily gonna get a whole lot of use out of. I don't really wear metallic liquid lipsticks a whole bunch. Also, I woke up this morning with a little bit of a tickle in my throat, and then I looked at my tonsils and they look insane. Again, I'm kind of like mildly freaked out, but I'm trying not to freak out too much. So if I have strep again, I'm just gonna laugh. So I'm kind of hesitant to actually put this on my mouth right now because if I'm not gonna keep this or wear this shade, like I'd rather give it to somebody else before I taint it with my germs. So anyway, what I think I will do to kind of combat all of this is maybe just like put a little bit of this on the back of my hand. I'll put it on with a lip brush, and then if I don't love the way it looks, I will just give this tube to a friend. And I have used Ofra liquid lipsticks a bunch of times in the past. They're not my all-time favorite liquid lipstick formula, but they're nice. They're not super drying. They just do have a tendency to like transfer and move around a little bit more than I would like. All right, so here is the lip color on. It's definitely not like too overly metallic. It's not like really crazy light reflective. I actually like it more than I thought that I would, but I still don't know if I like it enough to keep it. Like if I'm being really 100% honest with myself, will I start reaching for this as like my new everyday lip? Probably not. I think if it was matte, I would like it better because the actual color itself is really pretty. It's very fun for spring and summer. It's very vibrant. Like I'm into that, but the like slight purplish kind of sheen that it's giving, like I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think it looks bad. I don't know realistically how often I'm gonna reach for this guy. All right, guys, so let's wrap things up. I just did a little math, a little calculation, and the entire value of my box this month is $138, which is definitely many times over the $21 that I paid. But do I think it was actually worth it? So honestly, I am pretty happy about getting the Elemis mask because I do love skincare, and I know this is a product that I will definitely use. So getting this $35 mask for $21, I feel like like this alone probably did make the box worth it for me. But had I not gotten this product, I feel like everything else from this month was nice, but it wasn't something that I felt really crazy excited about. Like, I do really enjoy Luxie brushes, but these shapes are not my absolute favorite or the things I reach for most. Same thing goes for the eyeshadow and the liner. I mean, I love the packaging on this palette. I think it's very cute. I love the faux kind of wood grain finish with the floral detailing. And I think the colors in here are nice. I just feel like as a standalone palette, it's not the most easy to use. Like, I wish that this shade here was just maybe slightly lighter, so that way you could use it as a crease transition and then maybe also build it up. Like, I'm glad that they included a couple pops of color because it keeps things a little bit more interesting. I just feel like these two matte shades maybe could have been like slightly different just to make the palette a little bit easier to use overall. And the eyeliner, again, the color is nice, but I think the formula, it didn't seem to set down at all, so I have a feeling it's not going to wear really well, or if you touch your eyes, it's gonna continue to smudge and move around, so I'm like a little nervous about this guy, but we'll see. I'll keep using it. At least the color is good. And then you guys know how I feel about the lipstick since I just talked about it. I will probably pass it along to a friend because, you know, I have 101 freaking lip products and there's no reason for me to keep something unless I absolutely love it. So this again was kind of just another like meh product for me. If you guys are also subscribed to Boxycharm, I would love to know what you got in your box this month. Were you really happy with this month's products, or were you also feeling kind of lukewarm like me? And if you would like to get your hands on your own Boxycharm box in the future, I will leave my referral link in the description box to sign up. It is not an affiliate link, it's like the same referral link that any subscriber gets, so if you sign up with it, I get charms, which I theoretically could use to buy stuff from the Boxycharm website if the charm room was ever stocked. If you guys are also Boxycharm subscribers, let me know how you feel about the charm room. Does it drive you as crazy as it drives me? In all the years I've been subscribed to Boxycharm, I have bought a singular thing with my charms, which was a Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask, and I'm very, very happy that I was able to get it, but like, that was the only time I felt like there was anything in stock that I could actually purchase. Anyway, before I go off on a ranting tirade, I think I'm going to let you guys go, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Say some prayers for my throat, for whatever is going on with the situation. Hopefully I'm not going to be like deathly sick again for a week and a half, because I really, really want to keep making videos for you guys, especially now that I'm back from vacation. I want to like get back in the swing of things, but anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.